We're holding ulefichoch. Hakol b'yidei Shamayim chutz miYerushalayim. He explained what is Yerushalayim as a result of recognizing that you're only a result of a cause. That cause is a negation of yourself. So as a result, it's a recognition that you're nothing. Right? God created something. So everything that you have is endowed by God. Anything you have. That's a reality. But the recognition of the attachment that is nothing, that's due to the person's own level of recognition. Person who has wisdom and has understanding, now, that a person is a consequence, is a result, right? That's mitzaratz lo mitzara oleh. You have to recognize. Factually, we are with the effect of God willing our existence. But if you don't recognize that, then you're independent. So that you understand that you're the effect of God willing your being, that itself comes from yourself. That doesn't come from anywhere else. I mean, wisdom, that you're wise, you're powerful, wealthy, that's a reality. But the recognition that you're the effect of a cause, that's yourself. You have to come upon that understanding, that recognition. It's the recognition of the linkage. Hashem, Moshe Rabbeinu says to Klal Yisrael, what is Hashem asking him? Only to fear him. Says, is fear such a small thing? So it says for Moshe Rabbeinu it was small. The only thing that Hashem values is Yerushalayim. He keeps this in his treasury location. He says, Yira has to do with God's, it has to do with God's godliness. The Aramaic translation, Elokus, hu decholo. Shu loshem mora. Elokus means mora, fear. Chola is, you fear. God only has value if you have the recognition. If you have recognition, you have reverence, you have fear. You don't have the recognition, it's as if God doesn't exist. So it's interesting. Do you believe in God? Yes. It begins and ends right there. You understand? But it has no value. That's not a lokus. God existence, his value is only if it evokes fear in you. Otherwise, he's on the back burner. That's his value.
In one balance, people have a very small vision of God. Yes, God exists, but
He's a figment of your imagination. It's like I used to say, I do everything that God wants. And what does God want? What I think is right. Right? Well, it's most people. If you don't learn it, and you haven't learned what God wants, right? The average Jew. What should I support? Well, follow your heart. Rabbi.
Yes,
The Maharal Nevuchim, talking about the guide for the perplexed here. Okay. What does God have in his treasury location? Only Yerushalayim. Meaning you can only recognize him if you fear him. Because if you don't recognize him, there's no fear. Although you accept him as a God. Yesterday was at Izmitzion at a dinner, so there was a certain person, a Sephardi Jew, Israeli. Man must be in his mid-60s. So one of the heads say, he says, he has a son who's a Choser B'tshuva. This Israeli, very wealthy Sephardi Jew, very large supporter of Ezra Mitzion. So he says, yeah. He says to me, yeah, Shomer Shabbat. He's a Shomer Shabbat. He's not really that religious, but he's a Shomer Shabbat. So I said to him, you know what it means to be a Shomer Shabbat? You're a Shomer Shabbat, that means you believe God created his existence. You're not a Shomer Shabbat? That means you don't believe God created his existence. First, he didn't know what I was talking about. I said, it's something special. That's the core of everything. Because the Gemara says a person who violates the Shabbos, you consider mumul l'chol Torah kula. It's you considered apostate as if you violated the whole Torah. Because observing Shabbos, you're acknowledging God as the creator. And if you don't keep Shabbos, it's irrelevant. So you know he's the creator, but it's irrelevant. What does it mean it's irrelevant? It's the same thing as we're talking over here. Yiras Shamayim, I believe in God. But unless you understand who he is, and it evokes that fear in you, doesn't mean anything. The same thing. I know God created the world, therefore what? But it has no consequence, has no ramification. But if you observe the Shabbos to emulate him because he's the creator, and you're his people, then it takes on a whole different dimension in terms of the way it affects your life and what you represent.
Is observing Shabbos also vice versa, keeping Kol Torah Kula?
It has relevance to that.
But if you don't, then you're sucking.
You take a look. There's an Orachaim HaKodesh who speaks about this. It says, whatever it is, there is a linkage, keeping Shabbos and the whole Torah itself. Yira is not a small matter. It's either you have it or you don't have it. You have no Yiras Shamayim, it's like there's no God. Because you're a free agent to do whatever you want. You have Yiras Shamayim, that means that you have that fear. And you understand that he pulls the string, so to say. Then you link to God. Umetarts legabi Moshe Milsas Rossi Rasloma kiim lo hoya el Moshe ayiro ozo kosher chitzo Moshe yiro Milsas Rossi. 1 second. Kiim lo hoya el Moshe ayiro. What? Ozo hoya kasher chitzo Moshe yiro Milsas Rossi. Aval hoya Moshe ayiro. Okay, we're going to leave this for next time. I'm not going to just gloss over this.